Hi everyone, it's Olivia from Girlybunches, and in this week's video I'm going to be showing you a really quick little video on how to do this really lovely crab stitch edging. I think it looks great, it's unusual, it's not how crochet edges normally look, and it's a really great way of just tidying up your edges if you don't want a big elaborate border or something. You know, you've just done your blanket, maybe you've got a highly decorative pattern that you've already worked in, you don't want to crowd, you know, make it too noisy by having a really sort of wide or decorative edging. You can just do this really simple, effective edging. It's called the crab stitch. It's really easy to do. It's just made with double crochets. I'm British, I use British terminology. You might know that as single crochets, but I call that a double. Just show you the other side. It's also quite sweet and look great for a hat edging as well. I've done it in a contrasting colour so you can see how I've worked the stitch, but you could just obviously do it in the same colour as your project. So yeah, let's see how we get on and do this crab stitch. Okay, so to get started doing our crab stitch, all I've got here is just that sample that I've made just so I can show you the edge basically. I'm using a light colour and I'm using a darker colour yarn to contrast and be able to show you what I'm doing, but of course you can just do this in any colour that you like, but I do think it looks quite sweet if you use a different colour. So all I'm going to do is, because I'm showing you with a different colour yarn, I'm just going to put my hook through that top of that stitch there, so you've got the two loops. So just as you would work any normal stitch through both loops, I'm just going to do a slip stitch here. So if you were going to use a contrasting yarn, just join your yarn like you would normally do with any project. Notice I'm joining my yarn to the far left of the project. Normally we would be working from right to left, but in this case we're going to be working left to right. Okay, so it sounds a bit complicated, sounds a bit confusing, but when you see it done, I'm pretty sure you'll agree it's really easy and it's really effective. Okay, so I've joined my yarn because I'm showing you with a contrasting yarn. All I'm going to do here is just do one chain, and then into that same space I'm just going to do a double crochet. And remember, I'm British, so I'm using British terminology, but you may know that as a single. So we've got this tail here which we're not used to having. We're used to having that over there, so I'm going to put that over there just so it's out of my way and I don't get confused with it. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be working left to right, so a bit unnatural for us, not feeling how we would normally, because we would now be instinctively working this way and then this way if we were doing an edging all the way around. But what we're going to do is, with the hook, try and have a nice tension with your yarn on your hook, and pull the hook back, and we're going to put it, I'm just going to take my hook out, we're going to put it through like we would normally do the two loops of a stitch, just like that. Okay, so I'll do that with the yarn over the hook, and that's going to go down like that. And the first one's a little bit tricky because the yarn's on the wrong side, and we pull the yarn through just to do our normal double crochet, and that's our first stitch done. Can't really see what's going on there, so I'll just do that again. Put the hook down through, grab the yarn and do your double crochet just as normal, and I think you're just starting to see the effect that we get with that crab stitch. And I'm going to do that again, just simple double crochets, no rush, no stress, a little bit different to what we're not normally used to doing, but as you can see, looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go to the end, just going down through those two loops there, grabbing my yarn and doing my double crochet. And I'll keep going until I get to the end, and then we can have a quick closer look. And here we are, here's the final stitch, and we will just do a double, and you can keep going around if you want, but you would just fasten off your yarn as normal. And I'll just give you a close-up of that. I think that just looks really cute. and it looks quite good on the other side as well. Okay, so if you were finishing a hat, that would look really lovely, or a blanket. You know, if you didn't want to have a big elaborate edging, then that's fine. You just neaten up your edges by doing this stitch. So there you go, that's the crab stitch. Really quick, simple little video. I hope you found this helpful. I'd love a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget you can leave comments down below if you have any suggestions or need any questions answering. I always try and help with questions best I can, and I might not get back to you straight away, but I might be having to go away and think about it, but I always try and get back to you. Don't forget you can message me on, like I just said, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook or Twitter. All links are down below in my description box, which I'll also have links to my website, mainly my blog, and yeah, other videos that you might find helpful. So until next week, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.